All right. We back. Episode 3 is crazy, man.
Favorite number.
Episode 3 is crazy. That's my favorite number.
Yeah.
Did I know that was your favorite number?
You know now.
I don't think I knew that. Why is number 3 your favorite number?
I resonate with number 3. I always see 333.
Really?
I'm also the tree up my line.
Okay.
Tree.
Growing up, there was Lorraine Ambre,
Oh, okay.
Michael Anunuevo,
Okay.
and Anwar Asante.
Yeah.
And they put us in every class, like coming up, not kindergarten, but I think like first grade to like fifth grade.
Okay.
I was at number 3. Dwayne Wade was my
Yeah.
favorite basketball player.
Yeah.
And I loved him so much that when I turned 10, we went to pizza spot in Bolingbrook. Home Run In.
Mm-hmm.
And they've redecorated since. But for a couple of years, they had a signed D-Wade jersey.
Oh, okay.
Hung up in there, in the Home Run In pizza. And so from 10 to 21, my 21st birthday, I went to Home Run In Pizza.
Oh.
And my mama said I couldn't go to Home Run In Pizza no more. She's like, can we do something different?
You should have the final say.
Yeah. So I started switching it up after that. Now I'll be celebrating more. I'll be
on the move.
This next birthday, I'll be in Japan.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. That'll be a crazy episode to talk about.
Yeah.
But y'all know what it is. Welcome back to Like a Brother Pod.
Welcome.
It's your boy Anwar.
And I'm Josh.
You already know it's Wheezy and the Wizard.
Wheezy and the Wizard.
We are live from my mom's basement.
For round 3.
Which is crazy, bro.
Yeah.
We had a really good segment idea. And so this is like our first official segment for our podcast.
Yeah.
And we're calling it Brotherly Advice.
Exactly.
Which I think got a nice ring to it. We was talking about it. As soon as it hit, we was like, yeah, that's
like a brother just works.
Like a brother just works, son.
This is also for you guys to tune in too. We're going to start off this session with just some personal advice for our younger selves and then also for each other. But the goal of this is for y'all to actually like submit any like questions, any quandaries, doubtful points, all that stuff that you guys may be wondering or just want like perspective on. And like I said, we don't know everything, but we will do our best to just give as much information and insight that we can based off of our personal experiences, mentors that we've had, all those different types of things.
Yeah.
This is a family segment.
I know I love that. And again, shout out my girl Taylor and shout out the 2 Decades Deep podcast. But it's like, yeah, we're not out here. We're giving perspective. You know what I'm saying? I definitely ain't no expert on life. I'll let y'all know right now. I did something stupid 2 days ago. Yeah, we not even gonna talk about
growth and development.
I don't want
part of it though.
Cashmere and West Loop. I don't want to see that place for at least a month. You're watching up there next week. I don't want to see that place for at least a month. All right.
Tell him if he is there, because he probably will be.
I probably will be. Y'all think somebody gonna clip this out? That'd be crazy. Right. But no, absolutely. This first time we're doing this segment, I thought it'd be cool. Yeah, we'll just do advice we give to our younger selves.
Yeah.
And then advice that I'd give to you and your current state. And then advice that you give to me at my current state. But moving forward, we think this would be a super cool segment. Get y'all involved. So I would say leave comments.
Yeah.
Leave comments and we'll go through that way. Or if y'all want to DM us on IG, I feel like I check IG like.
He trained up more than his text messages.
I do. And they hit my phone and everything like that. And would love to anything, relationships, all that. It's just like anything you think you would go to your brother for,
And we got a different perspective. Like, you're still single, mingling.
Yeah.
I'm getting ready to get married. Like,
Yeah.
there's multiple sides of the coin. So that's why we wanted to have a segment like this
Yep.
where you can get two different perspectives, and then ultimately, like, y'all do whatever you want with the information, but ideally it'll be aligned with where you're looking to go. So
Yeah.
we can kind of tackle all.
You wanna start it off, Josh?
Oh yeah.
Can I ask you, 26, well, about to be 27
Yeah.
in a week and some change.
Yeah, bro. Wait, probably, yeah, it's a change, yeah.
In a 2
When's the
weeks?
4th? On a Thursday?
Because today the 24th is a Sunday.
December 4th is my birthday. Shout out to the brothers. You
Yes,
already
sir.
know. I won't be messing with y'all this year. I got tore up at Heat last time, bro. I couldn't even make it up my stairs. Shout out to AJ. He knows what happened last 4th. It was severe for me.
But
I'm gonna be inside.
about to be 27 in a week and some change.
Yeah.
What is one piece of advice you'd give to your younger self?
I would definitely tell my younger self to not take things so seriously and let the process be the process. I feel like when we were coming up and working on different things, which is why I'm so massively impressed. Like, this is episode 3, and I don't care if they know this. Like, this is a 2-a-day. Like, we just shot 2,
Right.
and we doing 3 in a day.
I got the same pants on from the last
4 years ago for us, working on something together, unheard of.
Yeah.
I would have been rewording everything we saying, and Anwar would have still been editing the color of the button over here. Like, that's just what it is. And so I would definitely say to my younger self, get things out quicker. And the reason that I say that is not worrying about things being perfect and worrying about that perfectionism. What ends up happening is that you have a bunch of ideas and a bunch of unfinished projects that you're working on, and now you've collected all these things, but the only thing that's remained the same is that nothing's out there yet. So I would definitely recommend for my younger self to really take things less seriously and enjoy the actual process, because you got to understand that you're going to get punched in the face by life at some point. There's going to be some adversity. And I feel like a lot of the days, like especially these days too, we kind of deal with this perfectionism because it's a safer space for us to not be vulnerable with people. Because there's vulnerability when you go out, you put work out. This is vulnerable. This is exposing right now. Like, we joked about it, but we got hate comments coming in already. Just all those things. And I think we can kind of get into our heads a little bit too much, trying to solve for all these things when nothing's even out yet. So I would definitely say take things less seriously, and be confident, and don't also put yourself in a scenario that doesn't happen or hasn't happened yet. So something negative, like, what if this doesn't go right, is something that hasn't happened. You just don't know. So I would say get it out there and just be confident and have fun with it, man.
I feel like that's such a good one. I'm thinking about what I might say for me, but it might be something similar to that.
Yeah.
But I would say for you that is such a good one. Why do you think that you are the way you are? Why do you think in your younger years things were so serious for you?
I think just what we talked about, being where we're from, being like Black but in the suburbs,
Yeah.
and being exposed to a lot of institutions and things like that, we have to be doubly equipped and better to get half as much as where most folks are sitting at. And y'all know, if you've experienced it in corporate or whatever, but at least from our perspective, there was a like a necessity to be on it and sharp at all points. Like,
Yeah.
I can slip at home, but y'all can't let me see me slipping publicly. Like, that's just what it was, or what it was designed to be for me. And so I had to kind of take that responsibility, being younger and also being the oldest, because I got my younger brother. We're 7 years apart, but I was like the flagship Tesla essentially going
Right.
out. And so if I'm going out and I got to make this company the electric motor company,
Yeah.
I got to be cold when I come out the gate. But what ends up happening is that I feel like you can lose the fun in a lot of aspects with certain things, and you begin to take things seriously. Also, too, I was an only child for a good amount of time. Like I was on same way Bonnie was for a minute, because like I said, we're 7 years apart. So I also was just with my parents a lot, and I saw the things that they were doing, and it was just a lot of adult stuff. And we were this family that we had this small little house in Maywood, and then we moved out to Bolingbrook when they had this big professional black flight, and all the folks are getting out to the suburbs. And so there was a kind of establishing of a brand that needed to happen, and I was the youngest in line, I guess, to go ahead and take that upon myself. And so when it came to school, when it came to extracurriculars, sports, like all those things were part of a brand. And I started brand building pretty early as far as who I am, what people know me for. And that's why I have random people today ask me if I'm in the Army. Like crazy. Like
That is
salute. I'm like, bro, I don't even know what and no military fatigue. I come in just like this, and I would still probably get that question. And so I take that with a grain of salt. Shout out to everybody that served. I'm not military, but I think people can kind of get that air distinction and things that I try to not necessarily put off. I feel like it's just a byproduct of who I am now, because this is just me. I've been doing it for 27 years.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's it, man.
No, that's real. That's real. And I think all of that is true. There's probably like, I think there's a lot to being the oldest.
Yeah.
And what I was gonna say, like, I think there's a lot that, well, obviously, like a lot has to do with upbringing, but you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
I think being the oldest is very influential.
Yeah.
To like where you place in the, you know what I'm saying? Because on the flip side, you know, we talking about EJ. I think you could equate to a lot, to like how he moves and his like personality and stuff.
He has a Picasso life. He has a Picasso life.
Because he's the youngest, you know what I'm saying?
I walk so he can run.
And I think if the roles were reversed,
It may be different.
I think it definitely would be different. So that's real. I mean,
Yeah.
I was about to say having siblings, like I have a older sister who's the eldest daughter, and I see like a lot of the TikToks talking about
the elder.
Yeah, talking about like the eldest daughter, and I definitely think that like that's a classification and a badge of honor and like you know what I'm saying? Because y'all done went through, you know, through a lot, like
all the trial runs.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right here.
So no, I think that's real. And then my little sister is definitely a whole thing. I would say on top of that, I say we got different parents.
For sure.
My older sister talks about growing up. We had iguanas in the house, snakes, rabbits, having like 8 different animals in the crib. The way that I grew up, you had to beg for a cat. You know what I'm saying? Not that I just am shocked
at how it used to be versus.
And so I'm like, my parents, my dad was cool with that. My mama had all them animals in the house. They don't. That's not the way we was living when I came up.
Yeah, you get a different version.
So I definitely would say I have a way different parent. And then on the flip side, in academic excellence. You know, when I was
these books around here, I didn't know your parents didn't play.
That was the, you know what I'm saying, standard. And I feel like Mia was just like, hey, just, you know, do the best you can.
That's how he was. He was out here for a good time.
Do the best you can. You know, we love you. We support.
But you better be an AP.
You know what I'm saying?
You better be an AP.
So you know, I would say that we had, you know, 2 different like different parents.
Yeah.
And therefore different parenting. Yeah. You know, styles, philosophies, energy, like all that. Yeah. And so to your point, so Imani is 4 years, 7 months older than me.
Okay.
No, 4 years, 6 months, because she's June, which is 6. I'm January.
Okay. Yeah.
She's June 9th. I'm January 9th. Okay. So we're literally 4 years, 6 months, like to the T. And then Nia is 6 years, 7 months.
From you?
From me.
Okay.
I'm 98. She's 04. So 6 years, 7 months. She's July. I'm January. Okay. She's July 21st. I'm January 9th. So I'm definitely in the middle child, only boy. So I feel like that has a lot
Yeah.
to it as well. Because I was to myself a little bit, which I think now I'm extremely like independent.
Yeah.
And just be doing my own thing. Like I was at Cashmere, but I was with a couple of homies of mine, but like really I drove by myself, showed up by myself, left by myself. So I have a lot of like I'm just gonna do my own thing because I was 6 years old playing with my extra by myself or like whatever it is, you know what I'm
I
saying?
heard that.
So no, that's what I would say that definitely the upbringing has a lot to do with
Yeah,
just
that
like
tracks heavy.
dynamics and everything like that for sure.
So I will pose the same question to you. What is some advice you would give to your younger self?
Uh, one piece of advice that I would give to my younger self would be to fall in love with failure.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? I think that I am just now healing my relationship with failure.
Yeah.
Um I think it was something that I was very avoidant of as a kid. And I think that a lot of courage that I have now and confidence and I don't know, just openness to being vulnerable and trying different things.
Yeah.
I did not have none of that
Mm-hmm.
as a youth. And I think I missed out on, not in a regrettable way, but I think that I missed a lot of opportunities.
Yeah. I would agree.
But because of that. And
Same
so
here.
and so now the way that I approach things is definitely um if I feel scared to do something, well, now I got to do it.
Yeah, you
You know,
say that.
but I was a scaredy cat as a kid. I was scared of bugs.
I feel like
Scared of
everybody is gonna be like, oh,
I know.
yeah.
I was a scaredy cat as a kid. Very frightened. Very everything had like pressure and stuff like that. I never forget missed I didn't make the basketball team in 7th grade.
Okay.
I got cut. All my homies made it except me.
Uh-huh.
I got cut. And me and Manuel Nardi, Manuel went to Central maybe, or maybe he went to East. I can't remember.
Sounds familiar.
Manuel, no, he went to
Did he?
He went to East. He went to East. Manuel.
Okay.
You wouldn't. I'll show you
I
a
gotta
picture.
see
You know
that.
Manuel. So anyway, 7th grade, I don't make the basketball team. I cry all the way home. I told Manuel I would give him a ride home. So now I'm in the back of the van. Manuel is like, yours 3 levels. It's the front, boom, and then it's the back bench. I'm on the back bench looking out the window. Like crying, like sad, like sad that I ain't make the team. Manuel, I don't think he made the team either, but he was chilling.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? My mama's driving and she stops at Culver's and I have my first ever Reese Pieces mixer.
Oh,
Little like ice concrete mixer from Culver's. Motherfucker was hitting.
it always does.
But I was so sad.
Yeah.
I think I had my little moment for like a week or so. And then we had a hoop outside the house and I got to work.
As you should.
Hooping, shooting, spot up, pull up, handles, like all that. Like I was working. 8th grade, they redid the lines at the school, whatever. I go to Heritage Grove Middle School.
Uh-huh.
Boom. Tryouts. Cooking. Defense, offense. I'm cooking. Boom, I made the team. Practice leading up to the first game of the season. Cooking. She got me as a starting point guard.
Oh.
I'm like, I knew I could play, you know what I'm saying? And to give people perspective, this team was good. We ended up being in the conference championship, and it was us versus us versus JFK, I think.
Yeah, my school.
Yeah, your school. Oh my God. Your school.
Yeah.
and we were.
Grown man.
So this was a good team. Like this wasn't like, oh, I switched schools. I went to a whack ass team. Of course, I made it. No, this was a good team. So again, let's rewind now. Where practices leading up to the first game of the season, she got me, Coach Davison. We had a female basketball coach, was I think was the only boys middle school boys
basketball
coach that was a woman.
Okay.
She was a dog, the like drill sergeant. Like she don't play no games. You know what I'm saying? And she had us like, you know what I'm saying? I'm starting point guard, and we get to the first game of the season, first 3 possessions, just deer in headlights, just scared. Just scared. And I get ripped up. I don't even remember. My brain erases trauma. Y'all gonna hear me say this a lot. My brain erases trauma. I don't remember what happened. I remember I played like shit like 2-3 possessions. She could just see it. She could just see it immediately. Like, this dude is like choking.
Yeah.
And she screamed, I need a fucking point guard. She ripped me out the game, and she put in Jake something, white boy. And I never started ever again.
Sheesh.
The rest of the season. And so that's just like putting pressure on I could play well. I earned the spot.
Yeah.
But when I got to that moment, I just was overwhelmed with instead of, hey, let's just have fun, let's play basketball. This is simple. Don't overcomplicate this. Let's just hoop. You know what I'm saying? And so I was a very scared kid. That's just one example. Girls. So many girls I shoot my shot and talk to. I to this day I think back on situations. I'm like, damn, she liked me.
Yeah.
I just had the I just was
tweaking about it. Yep.
I just was tweaking. What's funny is we posting this on. Look at me. I'm thinking about it now. Like I'm open. I'm ready to say names and all this stuff. And I'm like, oh, I just had like 30 billion people from high school just hit me up to say they was excited to hop on this pod.
We need PR.
But there was a girl that I was crushing on since my freshman year of high school.
Okay.
She was crushing on me since freshman year of high school. And then when we get to college, my freshman year of college, and we at a party and we meet up and we just had like the whole I've been liking you for 4 years, but you never. I know, but I never. But I know, and I just. Well, you should have, and we should have, and da da da. And
I know who.
Yeah. And you know, everything happens for a reason. But like, you know what I'm saying? Again, not in a regrettable way, but in a sense that I missed out on experiencing certain things, like being a starting point guard and playing, you know, basketball at, you know, higher levels than I was able to.
Yeah.
I ended up making a high school team, and I don't know, whatever. But like, you know what I'm saying? It's just like it was certain experiences that I could have had, but I kind of let fear sort of get to me. And that bled all the way up and through, you know, my freshman, sophomore year of college. It wasn't until my freshman year of college, well, really my senior year, that I started to see a little bit of that key turning, and I was figuring it out. But it wasn't until I dropped out of school.
Yeah.
Went to another school, dropped out of that school, started pursuing stuff with you.
Yeah.
In COVID, I would say summer of COVID, when I dropped my first ever YouTube video.
Yes.
That was
I remember that conversation.
That was a cosmic shift in my life to be like, bro, we gotta stop being fearful.
Yeah.
And you know, it's 2024. COVID was like 2020. So I wasn't even, you know, 4 years ago, I just now am getting out of that. So I think to my younger self, understanding that trying and failing is part of the journey to winning.
Right.
And so that little boy wanted to win so bad. he wanted to win like it was. He wanted to win so bad. He wanted it so bad, and I would again. I don't regret it because it's how I got here.
Yeah.
I wanted to win so bad. I YouTubed and Googled everything about life since I was like 9. How to get 360 waves,
Mm-hmm.
how to text girls,
Was it?
how to shoot jumper, how to, get this job, how to jailbreak, how to
Mm-hmm.
save money. I wasn't necessarily going to people, I was going to the internet.
Internet. Uh-huh.
Two things happened from that. I taught myself how to learn through video,
Yeah.
which is
You definitely
now
did.
which has now been an incredible tool to have in my arsenal because I have older friends of mine, like in their 40s, shout out Courtney,
Mm-hmm.
who I'll send a tutorial and be like, hey, just watch this and then take the photos like this or do like, in the creative space.
Yep.
And he's like, I watched it 3 times and I just ain't got it, bro. And I'm like, really? It's like one of the best tutorials. It's so simple. It's laid out easy. I wired my brain to learn through, example,
Exactly.
video, and I can retain information.
Yeah.
Whereas I can comprehend. I can read a damn book now, but I have to read a page over and over to sink something in. Whereas I can watch a
Isn't that
video once
crazy?
and I got it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's so weird. Cause even I'm into like audiobook now
Yeah,
and going that route.
yeah.
Like got me reading Harry Potter. And I had the fat giant books that all the kids when it first dropped the whole set, I had
They
that.
somewhere over here.
But now
They somewhere over here.
I'm listening to the damn book on the way over here. Like, oh, I'm flying through these.
Yeah.
So it's good to see that. I think that internet for you had opened up those learning styles that we learn in was like kinesthetic, visual.
Yes.
And you're a visual learner.
1,000%.
But it's dope to see that you were able to discover that for being a medium for you to learn for you back then.
Yes.
I feel like now schools will be more open to supporting that, but it was when we were going.
Yeah.
You better read this and comprehend. Yeah. We had reading comprehension was a lecture or a class.
Yeah.
That was a grade. That was what you were getting graded on your comprehension. So I think that's dope because you the OG YouTuber.
No, for sure. You know what I'm saying? I've always loved this space and this platform. And for me, right, like being this scared kid, that large personality, but I have this duality where I could get in my shell.
Yeah.
I could in a certain environment, I could get in that shell deep. And then I'm just, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna play it off like too cool for school, but really it's like skirt.
I'll be feeling it.
You know what I'm saying? And so I wasn't going, hey mom, boom, hey dad, hey boom, boom. I didn't have a big bro or, you know what I'm saying, sports related thing or like whatever type of things, like, you know what I'm saying? Maybe I didn't go to my sister for like some of that or whatever. So the internet was just like a place for me to just go and Google and look up and search like everything. And so
it was like a brother.
Yeah. You're this yeah. He's loving this name. And as you said, this is clean. I love the name too. So no, I think that did a so much for me being fearful.
Yeah.
But it was fearful because I wanted to win so bad. And I knew that I needed things. I needed information. I needed resources. I needed tools to win. And so I became, as I said about my mom in the first pod, a collector of resources.
Yeah.
And that the internet was my outlet for, wanting to get all this information and this kind of obsessive personality. I learned something new to be like, oh, this is so cool. I want to know everything about it.
Yeah.
And the internet gave me all of that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, it was really just like I wanted to win so bad. And I was like the thought of not winning or achieving whatever my goal would be was just like, I just was like, it's not gonna happen. I'm gonna pick the perfect bullet, and I'm gonna guarantee success.
Exactly.
Rather than just seeing that, not only through visual learning, but also experience.
Yeah, experiential learning is another thing.
I would get to stuff and quicker.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I heard somebody say, fail fast.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's a quote that I heard, fail fast.
Uh-huh.
And I feel like now you can ask people around. My current brand is that I'm like a little slow to get things going.
Yeah.
I do things really well. I do things at a high level. When I put something out, everybody loves it.
Right.
It just takes a while for me to get going.
Mm-hmm.
But if I had more of a, you know what I'm saying, hey, let's just go, you'd get to episode 3.
Yeah, this is an exercise.
After only a week of talk, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So this is new territory for me, but growing and learning and everything like that. And so just understanding that failure is a part of the journey to winning would be huge for me. You know what I'm saying? So I would say that was something I definitely told my younger self.
Yeah. Okay. And now we have advice for each other. That's going to be the next topic.
You want to go first? You want me to go first?
We can flip it.
You want to flip it? So I'll go first.
We can flip it, yeah.
All right. So, I mean, you're doing really well. You're very rich on life, in my opinion.
I appreciate that,
Josh. I would totally say that. I think you're very rich on life. I think your family dynamic is beautiful. The relationship with your younger brother is really beautiful. Obviously, you're cultivating a beautiful life with your fiance, soon to be wife.
Crazy.
And so it's you know, I'm gonna give somebody a piece of advice who's in my opinion, cup is pretty full. Bro, you know, from my perspective, it's a tall task is what I'm getting at. But I think a piece of advice that I would give you, and I feel like we've been alluding to it for a little while, definitely get out there and I would say expand your network in real, like, out in the world.
Yeah.
Get outside with intentionality that I want to go and meet somebody, make a new, like, whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
And the reason why I say that is because I think about what positive impact that has had on me. Much easier said than done, and much easier for me because of my line of work and like different things like that. It's just built into my ecosystem that I meet new people and different things like that.
Daily,
particularly people where I would like to be.
Right.
Well, also, that's not just the luck of the draw. Maybe it's a little luck involved, but I was intentional about building that out. That's what I was trying to create the opportunity for myself because I knew kind of the direction I wanted to go in and everything like that. But I would say, man, there is something about look at somebody in the eye and hearing the words that come out of their mouth and be like, man, that sounds like me.
Yeah.
You know, like, or like, wow, I want to do that, or I want to, you know what I'm saying? And I think in our younger years, especially when we had started our first business, it was like me and you on this island.
Yeah.
People ain't really understand us. People ain't really see the vision.
Yeah.
People ain't really get it.
Yeah, man.
Fortunately, I had you, and you know, you had me,
and still to this day to
this day, you know what I'm saying? It's like it's certain things, especially in the entrepreneur space, where it's like my only call is Josh.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's, you feel me?
Yeah.
But man, meeting other people who got that same type of, you know what I'm saying?
They're out there.
And particularly these young ones that so one, just the relatability. It's just like, dang, I'm not the only alien on this planet. Crazy. The only alien on this planet.
Yeah.
There's other guys out here, other women out here doing these incredible things that, you know what I'm saying, right? But also, it can humanize a lot of these, like, Iman Ghazi type that you like, wow. And it's just like, and not to think that we ain't never thought that wasn't reachable.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? We
Yeah.
never thought that.
Yeah.
I always still
Yeah,
have
like
that
that.
belief.
Uh-huh.
But it's something about shaking their hand, having a conversation with them.
Where you can take the internet on.
And they say, yeah, oh, you bleeding and I bleed. You about same height as me?
Yeah.
All that.
All that.
You know what I'm saying? We got the same shoes on. You know what I'm saying? It's things like that says, you know what I'm saying? It's something about that has really unlocked things in my mind.
Yeah.
And I've been like, I got it. And again, for me, dealing with the fear of a lot of things, it's really done so much for me to just go in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think, expanding that network in a physical.
Gotcha.
And being intentional about that and just making an effort to try and find those people in person, because
I get that.
Way different experience. You know what I'm saying?
At some point, I have to leave Gotham.
You might have to leave. You might have to leave Gotham.
It's hard. Batman was the hardest person to get into the Justice League.
Yeah.
But no, I 100% agree in being intentional about that, because I do get a lot of that networking, but I find those spaces online, like if we're in like a similar coaching group, or you're in this Discord, I'm in this Discord, like that's my way. But I agree with them, the physical, especially in Chicago now, or just learning like influencer in Chicago, like my barber cuts his hair, like that's how close it is. And so I definitely agree, getting out in those spaces will help. It'll help with this, all the things that we talk about, man. So no, I appreciate that.
No, I appreciate that. 1,000%. And I'll say, to your point, right? It's like, I don't think we talked about like these like my dad likes to call them like my online mentors. I have some interesting thoughts on social media, which maybe I don't know, whatever. But for me, I talk about certain guys like they my homies. This is how crazy my brain is. I'll be watching Iman. A week later, Imani would be talking to me. She was like, yo, I was thinking about maybe we should do a trip to South Africa. Oh, yeah, my homie stayed out there. Sorry. This guy that I watch on YouTube that I never met in my life.
It's set up like that, though, bro.
But, right. And they talking to the camera. You feel like you're on FaceTime or whatever it is. But, I've always said that I'm not a product of my environment. I'm a product of my imagination.
Yeah.
And for me, growing up in rural, but that's a bar field over there. I'm not sure, but by the football field.
Yeah.
Suburbs. You could be, and just the way our school is set up, which we're gonna get into it. I do. They really pushed mediocre.
Yeah, for sure.
And our school is a feeder school for a junior college and warehouse job. There's nothing wrong with going to a junior college. There's nothing wrong with going to warehouse jobs.
True.
But damn, there's a lot out in the world to be achieved. Was that's all you saw for me?
Yeah.
And that's my issue. And so when I had that environment, I was not going to be a product of that.
I feel that for sure.
I was going to be a product of my imagination. And my environment wasn't serving me, but I could create my own environment through social media and YouTube, and being intentional about what I'm watching, who's influencing me or whatever. And I would say you've introduced me to some really incredible young men that are doing some really incredible things at a high level. And that really motivated and inspired us.
Oh, that's dope,
so
man.
I don't disagree. I want to be clear. I'm not saying that method is wrong. I love that. I'm saying add to your arsenal of, places to get your inspiration.
That online method is dope, but it is limited.
Yeah.
Now, I will say, for networking purposes professionally, like that's even how you got your job, is like on social.
Right.
And so I was having a conversation with my barber about how things are changing. In fact, I told him about you, and he wants his son to talk to you because he's
Really.
trying to get into how like a House of Highlights type of space,
Really.
being involved in journalism.
We
But
take interns, and so let me know. So
yeah, I'll see if I can get some. He got to get some from me first, but but still reciprocating. That's my guy. He's in my he's in my B-roll. Like that's my bar. Like we cool. But yeah, that opportunity came from that online thing. And so I think as the world is, I kind of describe it to people now as it's like a dime turning, but we're in that turning phase is where we're at right now. It hasn't totally flipped to the other side yet. And so we're seeing the emergence of AI. All these monetized school communities are the big thing. We were coming up in the Ty Lopez 997 era where the courses were this and that, and that's how you were getting your information. And coaching and consulting was the thing, but now you're seeing Ormozy come about and get these monetized communities going in, influence and influencers on TikTok or whatever, building communities around whatever it is they're teaching or is that they love. And so that's definitely like a great way to start. But I agree to your point too. You also have to get out in the real world and get those numbers in your phone too. Yeah. Because you never know where people are going to be. And you never know what kind of favor you're going to need at some point and what you can give back to other people too. Because I'm sure people will be inspired by our journey, what we got going on with this podcast. There's plenty of people that are still wanting to start a podcast and probably watching this right now and saying, okay, I need to get in my bag. And so to be able to connect to not just receive, but also replenish other people, I think is dope. So yeah, man, I appreciate that. And we'll be adding that to 2025's to-do list.
I know that's
Gotta
right.
get outside.
I know that's right, man. But yeah, bro, I think, man, you about to be, like I said, in a few weeks, you about to be.
Yeah, I'm old. No, I'm
about to be 27, and I'm just really excited for what's next for you, bro. And I think, yeah, man, adding that to your bag would just it would be another source of happiness in your life, and I think that would pour into you some more for sure.
Yeah, definitely. My turn. What can I say to Anwar?
I don't know.
CEO worldwide.
Mr. Worldwide.
Man.
Worldwide Weezy. What's good?
All the time, man. First of all, I'm so, and just want to say, because I've seen that kid that was in the show. Like a lot of y'all like have met Anwar through work or events or where he's at now, which I think is dope. And you guys are in for a wild journey with Anwar, but from high school and seeing our evolution, I've seen so much of your individual evolution. It's like Goku and Vegeta. Like when they train in, then Anwar get blue hair, I gotta get blue hair now and get the thing. Like, and so it's always been dope to see your willingness to go and put forth an effort towards life. And I'm proud of you. I want to say on camera, I'm proud of where you're at, man, because I've seen your development and I know the basement work that you've put in. I know, like sitting in the funky robe editing, like we had those conversations. I know what it takes to get where you're at. And I know a lot of people see the glory of it, but they don't see the story of it as far as where you came from. So I'm definitely proud of you. The only thing that I would say, man, is continue to be consistent with where you're at right now. And the reason why I want to harp on the consistency element is because we did just talk about that time. And that delay on making sure we're not crafting or over crafting the perfect bullet, but at the same time, we getting something out. And I think you're finding your medium now. But I would definitely say stay consistent with your effort as far as cutting down on your process to get amazing things out in the world. Because you're like one of the dopest creators I know. And people know you're a dope creator and they want more. And so not to take away from your process, always respect and adhere to your process. But I also know when you be dragging a little bit and when you be color grading a little too much. And so I would definitely say in order to get to that next phase where I know you're going to be, that workflow that you've got is going to be essential to getting that thing down and organized to where you've got this clean conveyor belt and you're going to continue to see your stock go up because it's going up right now. And I'm always betting on you. But I know that if you can get that ironed out and get that process going, bro, it's to the moon and back. Like It's gonna be crazy. I'm just happy I get a front row seat and some popcorn. But yeah, man, I would definitely say that. And two, yeah, remember that kid and have fun, man. I know you're an expert at having fun, but even your fun is crafted. Sometimes I want you to have more moments that you don't capture because you so in the moment.
Yeah.
That's a dope thing too that I would love to see. Just something you tell me about, like, hey, I didn't record it because it was just, but man, we had a time, and it'll all come back, man. And we got mediums to record that now too. So
No, for
yeah,
sure.
take your time, but don't be too slow.
I appreciate you saying that. Actually, I didn't. I was very curious. What you were gonna say? I didn't have a prediction. I thought you was gonna say something about women.
No,
I
that's a whole nother episode. I'm not gonna dig in that bag.
No,
So we talk a lot about that too.
there's some things that you said to me about relationships that one in particular has really stood out to me. But with the advice that you did give me, I appreciate that, and I do feel like I am at a place. We'll keep a spade a spade. Like this room did not look like how this looked. Last year I'll say,
Yeah.
and in January of this year, so not 11 months ago. Look at me, 10, 11 months ago.
About to be 30, so yeah.
Chill that out. Chill that out.
With me.
Crazy. So yeah, like almost we'll call it a fucking spade. A year ago, I said, "Oh, we got the space. Nobody's really doing anything with it." Bing, idea go off. Oh, I could turn this into a little podcast vibe. I could do something over there. Da 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 da. I filmed it. I have it all filmed of me sweeping this floor, vacuuming, taking all this stuff down, moving these books. We had 8 times as many books as you see here. 8 or 9 times.
I believe
it's books here. And books all over there.
See,
it's books on the other side. We have books. We love books in this house. But there were some books that we weren't using, and it's great to donate and pass that on to other people. So we ended up donating a ton of these books and moving stuff. Freshly painted. This was a different color. This was green.
Yeah, I remember.
This was green and it was chalk paint. Because my dad was, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So this was my dad's office fully, but it was a crazy mess. I said, I think we could make this an office / podcast / space.
A multi.
My dad is, now a vice principal.
Yeah.
So he's not like lesson planning and needs all of the. So I was like, we should change what function this space holds.
Yeah.
Because now you're taking Zoom calls, you're talking with parents, talking with, you know what I'm saying? So it was me wanting to do something for my dad, me wanting to do something for myself, me wanting to do something for whatever. You know what I'm saying? And so I've had all this space. I built it all out. It took me a little longer because it was just a lot of stuff to go through. The basement was full of stuff. But also, I say all that to say I've had this space.
Yeah.
I've had these mics.
I know.
I've had this chair. I've had these cameras. And so the fact that we can watch a TikTok, have one phone call, and I'll be like, oh, look, you got everything we need. We can have this podcast running
like tonight
if you wanted to come through. You know what I'm saying? And I say all that to say I have everything I need.
Yep.
I got some of the stuff that are really hard to get. I got some of the stuff that's easy to get. I got everything I need. I have a beautiful support system. I'm not the guy out here like, man, they was hating on me. They wanting on my downfall. No. They want me to win. For real. That's how I feel. I wake up and I open up my phone and there's people telling me, go get it, boy. Go get it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Which is a blessing I know that not a lot of people have that.
For real.
On top of that, you could argue I have the best vlogging setup. Go on YouTube and type in best vlogging setup 2024. And watch it go pop up.
This is like y'all. This is a spaceship down here. I promise you.
You know what I'm saying? I got 2 editing stations. I got wide monitors, and I got the dual monitor set up if you want it. And then all of that's just stuff. But I also have the knowledge. I know how to use this gear. I know, things from a strategy standpoint. I've been working in this space. I've had a camera in my hand since 2015.
I know.
So we coming up on a decade.
I know. And like I said, I know where it started.
Yeah.
Hanging off the fire escape in Naperville. Like, I know, I know where you come from, man.
I appreciate that. And I agree. The only thing I'm missing is a consistent effort.
Yeah.
Over a period of time.
Exactly.
And if I could add that to my bag, things will open up like a double click.
I'm trying to tell you.
Shout out Jersey. So I think it's the number one advice for me. And I agree with you 100%. And I just got to get it there.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of this 10 years thing, I have a story that you were telling me that I'm not going to flip on you. I don't think I told you the second. I don't think I told you what that you're telling me that story did for me.
Okay.
So Josh calls me and he tells me that he's working for his dad.
Yeah.
And this woman that's been working under his dad for a long time is a wizard.
Yeah.
She ice cold.
Yeah.
And he says he's at his desk trying to figure out how to input some things into the system and this whole process. She driving, doing all she on the go.
She can't see the screen.
She can't see the screen. It might have been her off. I don't know what it is. She's on the phone and she know everything.
Every window ain't opening.
She's like, the next thing you'll type in and tab over and the next thing and tab. Okay, next page. On this page is gonna ask you.
Yep.
She knew this like and Josh, the way he was telling me how cold this lady was, he was like, bruh, she got this. But you know what? She's an expert.
She is.
She's put her 10,000 hours in.
Yeah.
She's did this, she did that, she did that, she did that. In that moment, it wasn't the time to share my side of how I was thinking of this. But I got off the phone. I was just there. Josh was just telling me. I was being a brother. I had my brother back. I was listening and then just, focusing on him and just kept my little thing to myself. The flip side of that was the day before you called me, I was in the middle of a 75 hard.
Oh.
And so the day before, I was running.
Okay.
I was getting my 3-mile run in, 5K. And I get a phone call from Johannes, my German homie.
Okay.
And Johannes calls me while I'm running. And Johannes and I vlogged last summer together.
When he came out?
When he came to visit. Okay. And he had so much fun vlogging with me that he said, hey, when I get back to Germany, I'm going to start putting some money together. You really inspired me. I want to be making videos and I want to be doing things. He had a setup similar to ours. It was a production agency.
Okay.
He was the business side and he had someone else doing the photography and the creative. Okay. But he always wanted to get more into creative.
Okay.
And vlogging with me pushed him to get more into the creative. This is important to the story. So come January, he put some money together, take some money out of save, and he invests in all this gear. I gave him a list of all the gear to order. Like I said, the best vlogging setup for 2024. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I put him on to what would be great, what would be good for his use case and the style of videos that he wants to make. And so since then, he would reach out to me like whenever he would stumble upon, hey, I'm trying to edit, but I'm having an issue. Hey, I'm trying to do this, I'm having an issue. So essentially, he's at his desk, and I'm in the car driving. But instead of driving, I'm running a 5K. And I get a phone call from Johannes. And he says, hey, I'm having trouble in Premiere. Can you help me through editing this?
Yep.
And I ran 3 miles and talked to him how to edit his video.
Premiere.
Step by step by step in Premiere. The difference is the woman that works for your father
Mm-hmm.
has been at this a very long time.
Yeah.
And she's in a different generation than I'm not gonna call the lady old.
Yeah.
But say she's in a different generation than we are.
Yeah. 14 years in the game though.
Yeah, you know?
At least under my dad, for
Right.
sure.
And so for me, I'm because it was twofold too.
Yeah.
Because for me, I'm 26 at the time, and I'm 10 years in the game, almost 10 years in the game. But then on the flip side, you could be on the phone with someone who's the same age as you, and he's starting something new. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying? And so it was like it was just like a weird thing that happened for me, where I was like, wow, I've been like at this for a while.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But then it doesn't get negative, but it just, the conversation in turns, like, I've been at this for a while. Like, I've got everything I need to get this. I got everything I need to get this going.
You got proof of concept now.
I got everything I need to get this going. Because not only do I have the stuff, not only do I have the support system, but I also have the skill set.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I could really turn this up. I could do it. And what I need is exactly what you advised to me. As
it's yours to lose, bro.
Very good brotherly advice.
Yours to lose.
And just consistent effort for a period of time, and it could be there, man.
Yeah.
And I appreciate you saying that. I won't say I'm very happy with where I'm at.
Yeah.
Some really cool things going on life-wise. I'm very blessed. But there is like, all right, now, this is cool. I sometimes feel like I made a pit stop.
Mm-hmm.
I sometimes feel like I made a pit stop a destination.
Right.
And slowly, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because I had this back in January, but it's not till November. But I'm trying to get that engine back started.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm trying to be the guy that was sweaty in a row.
Exactly.
Funky for 4 days, knocking out and editing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I've seen glimpses of that guy.
Mm-hmm. Same.
But yeah. He's still there, and
no, it doesn't go away. It just becomes dormant.
Exactly.
So now you gotta wake it back up, which is good, man.
He waking up for sure,
which is good.
And
back to old ways. I feel like this is a good exercise for us to get back to those old ways, and that
it feels like that.
Yeah, because I haven't.
It feels like the same, but like reimagined.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. I know exactly what you're talking about.
This is cool. Drake got a line, he says, "I was a cold dude. I'm getting back to my ways." On Underground King.
Yeah, man.
I think that's
okay.
Yeah, that's
on the album.
Take Care.
Take Care,
yeah, that's Take Care.
Mm-hmm.
Underground King. So we was some cold dudes. We getting back to our way.
Yes, I would say that too, man. I would say that too. And this has been a good kind of experience to kind of light that fire. And sometimes too, it helps just to like get your hands into some things. I don't know. We all have different areas of evolution that we're going through. And I think the best way to kind of get back if you've been off track is to just try that. Like, ladies, get in that spin class. Guys, go do that boxing round that you always wanted to do. Like, you just have to be intentional about waking that person back up. But I will say, I don't think those people that you were in your past that ever necessarily go away. It's just a matter of waking them back up and tapping back into it. Because what Gary Vee say, we babies, like, this is, you young. Right. Like, this is first quarter. You still got time. So yeah, I would say that for both of us, man. Yeah. Looks a little different, but it is what it is.
100%. Well, this is a good episode. I thought this was only going to be a 30-minute episode.
It wasn't?
58 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
Seconds.
We're on the nose. Thank you all for tuning in. We have to get one that's going to be at least an hour. So we appreciate y'all tuning in. Stay tuned for more. We got episodes dropping every weekend, but we love y'all and we'll see you soon. Peace.